sol treasurer ploy minos na bet this was as active as you treasurer. You stewardship leader. Mission lo this plus side.
You to me to you. After all the might happens, through close and distant.
You plus sit down lo group ah.
After all the try again, don't be afraid to fall. We're on the side.
You can either sit down upside or any cluster you like stuff. Or pastors you can join in or any cluster. Sit down lo group ah. A group of 7 and by good plus. Ambla paper, amblo mission. Amblo mission. I mean paper blow ipla lo up. One pla paper, maybe 6 pla or 7 pla. So you pla sit down. 6 pla, 7 pla. Seven sem or suppose online no stop, you can act as a communication leader or health. You know health. Holistic lawyer, people and culture. Holistic sustainable. Holistic sustainable lawyer. Or by you acting or same you stewardship leader na church treasurer.
Church line only two position you can start for choosing one.
Mainly upside me give him please.
Oh, okay.
Huh? No God. People culture no God. People and culture you by no na bolim because plenty activity belong and by union na mission by working. One paper where you all him where local church by working. Now by you me practice lo working planning lo local church. According long all KPIs where you make simpiness. I mean plenty paper you blow him because by me like by you plus sit down lo group. You plus sit down lo group so that you plus come up with all activities. Suppose you look this la paper. All KPI is finish. So this la KPI and by helping you lo come up in one pla activity or one pla project or this la time frame and by this year or next year or kind of same. So you put in more activities. If some activity you look at no and by ongoing, let's say and by making a project, then it can be under project. So not all the activities will be KPIs by project activities. So you are like a cluster now, one church. You are mission cluster. Now you are given this paper. Now this paper by come down to local church organ. And then mission cluster by sit down. Now by you come up one time all activities where you by come up in the local church by according to all these KPIs. On the left here. So one time something by you achieve him, you know you lo discussing because it's finish. Work blow you the soul and lo come up in activity the soul. So you are doing your implementation plan now. From the strategic plan where union give him. So work blow local church, work blow local mission, lo come up one time activities that's all. So you now, you think him, this is all the departments only sit down together. Yupla by kamapim activities. No can pulmapim wampla ya. No can pulmapim wampla kota. You spread it out 5 years. So an example, that's all. So you have KPI number 1, KPI number 2, and KPI number 3. And now you just come up with more activities. That's all. For the next 30 minutes. Now please you sit down, talk. Let's say you are a group of, you play cluster group, different departments. So come up with activity where all church by engage long. You know you play that's all by working. You set him activity program, now all church by involved long. You play to one kind. So you go through activities, KPI, holistic sustainable empowerment. So you by putting also, you church treasurer, now you stewardship director, stewardship leader. So one of all activities you by make him so that you by putting money inside the pocket from all members. So sustainable KPI number 1. No can be number 2. Okay, KPI number 2 mission by working, union by working. I think I mean no stop. Yeah. KPI number 2, strategy number 2, you plan no can work him. Paper number 2, yeah. You plan concentrate on paper number 1. Paper number 2, union by come up one time one pla business arm. So only work lo discuss yet. One kind of business arm by union engage long. So this la union, part lo union. Part local church this la 2 pla lo KPI 1 na KPI 2. One target you may achieve him, no can worry, is the finish. Usad by involved long is the finish. You just look come up one activities. Some activity can become a project, ongoing. This year you may work him, next year you may work him, can go. So program blow you by write him now. And one where local church by engage long. You plan him now, all church by engage. One example. One activity you think also by benefit him or church members, lo put him as a money in your pocket. One let's say skills training. So skills training can be one activity. Lawyer by looking time frame. That time frame suppose 2026, second quarter, fourth quarter, or this like that. But you can go, this line by me prepare good, so you may by have him 2008. Kind of same. You spread him, or 2007, one block project, this like church by involved long. You know, legal program, must get big bla impact. Or impact long outcome long Mr. side, yeah. So you read him, and then you by work him. So you play discuss, You play discuss na come up one time some activities. You play communication na one department. Communication na health. One some activity you can engage inside long you promote him Adventism. Initiatives. Any activity or program you think him also by promoting Adventist identity. Come up one time. So you look KPI and you come up one time activity whereby achieving that KPI. People can discuss. Now write him one paper. That's all. Whether clear or no yet? Service, mission. time you thinking your programs. You remember the challenge? Think conference. Think conference. No can put him activity where you may work him the last 10 years or 20 years. Think him some new program. You can write on top of paper. Church. So all church you go, all church making big noise, big fire, big smoke, kill him die, na come back. You know, legally or something where you miss a go, na come back, na walk him go again, na go again, na go again. So you aim him one player, let's say one player and one program, major program for local church. So you plan good long him. So this is why you by put him, you know, legally or something, M must major one. So go big impact. Come back, now by mixing good outcome. Continue the plan. Last 10 minutes. Last 10 minutes.
property na assets lo company na oli salimi lo go one bla software blom recording mol properties lo conference na disla man em rani em oli kolim em lo Lutheran Church em bla kam rani lo conference lo Waigania lo National Capital District mana kami saja em luki list lo churches inside lo NDC ya National Capital District ya em luki mos lama em tol mania kamu em askimi itu bro em tights now free blow church membership ya and second question em askim na resela money sao go away na mi story lo system na story go en abos division na go lo American na comeback services comeback nam tok mi pla Lutheran pastem white man em ruling mi pla na mi pla no looking money when mi pla sabi giving and then all sabi man blow mi pla all picking go school come back here all study business economics all come back mi pla yi rosim all white man mi pla kama mi pla all IPA na mi pla register in Sunday all konim autonomous all register in sila body now em all white man all rosim all now all yeti managing property belong all to mi pla looking money finally at last mi pla looking money all workman belum mi pla ka Lutheran shipping mi pla ka thayaka mi pla ka real estate lo church because mi pla yet look at the money na mi pla putting tithes na all two got all sla but mi pla no organize also you pla mi pla group mi pla just la church you look good that's how we operate so I'm talking this la autonomous na mi talk oy bro country mi pla asa mi pla any independence pasal lo misinya mi pla still under lo colonial yet I'm talking me you pla come up lo autonomous mo santia ba silip kutia anyway I'm one plus story so thinking when me come lo yeah molsem me give one black example mi pla church ya mi pla gat ni building project work lo come I'm come up with some rolling project lo church but taking me pla 1 or 2 years lo roll a financial projection lo mi pla setting finish but mi pla gat only activities lo make him so mi luki lo local mission suppose you pla come up in sip pasta you pla totok ya ba yimi punda niat because you no ready yet me managing from your development shipping on them so me looking suppose lo day one imi karem by still by paragraph you no ready yet now this la time you me ready 1% we me encourage him we am sleep trail policy we need to have a development cooperation for the mission this la company must sign up so that all legally santia by you me connect law mama company and then you me report go law so all sila sandi working by impact long anya but will be sustained by this la development cooperation law mission business amplo you me suppose you me allow by you are na ito say hard same sandia you run the local church ya cabinet na wala na same sandia by you apply lo mama company all sabi man all blow you me style all churches blow you me all working sila something you me creating now all come in now but you me report lo church osem osla Narbla santi we mi looking osla sustaining you me lo economy blow you me 1+ santi we mi looking 2 provinces so smart long nya tourism industry ni wala nem onem tourism onem hub islim britain na kimbe on narbla business ya by costume you move here and there ba kake you money desla you sana binda so lily house lo waterfall blow you ukim go in lo internet through lo office lo machine white man am looking Australia ba bieni kam lo must become kam ba go come up lo waterfall blow lo pomi am give you money you no trouble you send on the son you receive ba kam ba gonna give you money narbla sandi mi looking ba impact lo life lo you me land trap la land you send lo ngania you ba die na lili trap la happy ba stop yet you must add value lo land blow you Mr. Lo group ya this la world one Microsoft owner ya now when we finish lo working this la retire now and in life long and lo farm Kami ko stop lo farm na planning mo garden kaya na. Puti mo real estate lo ground lo na ulman kam la lease lo ground lo. Yupla we owning ground close to lo ya. Yupla add value lo land lo yupla. Lapun mana yang putim 1,000 houses antap lo land. Nami puti lo market all money come na register sampai monthly 1,000 kina. 12,000 houses times 1,000 amas. 12,000 lo 1 month. Now you multiply by 12 months. Simple on a stop. Narpla skills code and planning misalo. Emi puti lo yumi please. Head value lo skills lo yumi na yu kisimani. Mibla kinabot mibla starting finish financial literacy. Blo working fundraising blo church blo mibla. First approach mibla give lo church free. Uki mo kata professional inside lo church ya. Ay time all la kamoti me I'm sleep good lo understanding lo church. So August September Amba mibla invite mibla ba kam lo but kam lo lili fee we go towards lo nema. Igat lo public line stop. Mi uki mo professional finish. Oli hangare lo sila samdia. Lo time commodity. Time is commodity. Yipla mas sabe lo time. Planti lo yipla university graduate. You know sabe lo value lo brain lo elementary up to university level. You know sabe. And stop. When you stop tasol house na, you making money out lo time lo. No wonder why God am putting all principle ya. Time. Narpla payroll blow ya. Payroll blow ya. You must put in 26 fortnights, tithes, offering, investment blow. That's how you make money out lot. You me all working class. All place line. Also me talk finish. Pasta blow me blow to talk oil palm, fish, also something. Or people are impact. But lo come down lo lig. And all fruit trees ya. You palm lily seed lo market. Agriculture costing you lig. But it gives you more revenue outlaw agriculture. Fish too one can. Thank you, Mrs. Law. Tormisambla Tintilo. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. When activity you put in law this law on plan you got long at least you are big plus like you understanding one how you gonna make it one planning so you look one activity and stop law this law implementation plan template me plug give me and that's how at the local church but you make it one blow you make him plan blow you but me go context blow local church where you stop long kan story na toto boy kanari but how you see that me suitable go low one church where you got long big plus I think is that how you understand him plan now you translate him into one implementation part of it. That's the area where people like him na people put him long am right o se me bring him pastor solo this la look.
All right, time lo me run so okay, I'm right. Me play yet by catching baso.
Okay, you me online lo missine. All activities lo you me. You must sabe o semolchila activities here and lo winning souls here. Soul winning activities. And me no activity you make him in church internal na resala ya. Because lo KPI lo you me and me talk some active participate in soul winning activities. So activities below you may and block man come. You no can make many program where you run him inside the church. This like no work below you me. You got online stuff. People in the culture I'm always take care of this. According to structure, yeah. They are internal sustain department I'm always line. Okay, you me must work outside. All projects and pastor talk all project. All people are project. Now also a project and must project where winning soul come inside. You know, kind of project. Okay. All right, pastor, 1 plus something, me notice him. Now me play work hard through. Now me play make him all this. Now me play work look him 25% and 2%. We said by monitor him this level me plus so and by talking me play all same. You play for now like 25% yeah. you play come short lik. You play masih guantap lik. We said by give him slight advice. 2% 2 year you play no baptizing one man lo kuata. So who will monitor this to encourage us as a church lo working this la work. So me like him, me understand him this la. So by you work now you understand how you do your work. Not gonna make him plan nothing. All pastors, you play mainline lo understand him something na mukim. You give advice to the church. Suppose church in foul is up it is. Thank you.
Thank you. Report blow you by you yet you are him. Report you put him you go na em by come back na church pastor em by report lo church board em by report lo church business meeting na only by report him lo DCC meeting. So what you put him go inside em by come back again. But first em must go record on top lo union past time. Now by you me are him yeah. You may talk yet but you may delay him yet. But I think em no stop so me give him chance. I am stop. Okay. No good me give him chance lo imina by me to talk lo yes so. Me give him time now lo Kelly by giving you me this la walk you me walk him. How am I walk about? Thank you.
Have you no get her? Thank you. Apian is supposed to be looking, or you've been filling up this last Quinquinem report. You got been experienced lo this la. You have been pumapi mo. Me arim story so mo to kem easy one. Ah? Okay, em play at answer him so. Em good pla. Na some pla did you made an attempt to complete the whole form na Salikam lo union? I mean local mission and Bakam lo union? Yes, no, I don't know, maybe. And those are good questions, good answers. So to take you into the presentation, you can look at the screen. That's tracking, measuring, and reporting. Now, morning, imiharim Pastor Cameron talk about vision, walk about Liumi. Now, how by me move. Now is how you respond to those movements. How by me give feedback go back and walk about you talk and people walk about, and this is the destination we are here right now, or this is the point we are at right now. So what is monitoring and evaluation, or what is Mne? So Mne department me work lo and my job, or the job that we do, it is to monitor and continuously tracking more activities, projects, now look at the outputs. So from the outputs of all those activities in Yokim, it gives us the picture outcome by someone. And evaluation is the systematically assessment. We have to, all data you Salikam, we have to evaluate those data and put them into a matrix where we can give a scorecard. So, all suppose you work in if you select report you come on top now, if it's 3 out of 5, you are somewhere around there. That's your scorecard. Suppose 2 out of 5, you need more improvement on those. And those scorecard, and by give church where you at right now, before you call out end of the year, and by South perform throughout the whole year. So our job at the union is to provide you an evaluation where we can assess you based on all activities you work in. Now some activities cannot be achieved within a quarter, and by 2 quarters it doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you are behind in reporting because of the time frame, but within the end of the suppose outcome end of the year that you have, that's your end of the time you need to submit complete the projects or activity, because on the final outcome that is where the final assessment by come, and each of the churches from the union people assess him all how they are performing, and how they're actively moving. So when we go to the next year again, we have a benchmark in certain things, and we progressively move. So not to come to next year again, we start all over again. We have to start passing one plan, good plan note, and one. If we don't perform better in this year, stop where we can do it better than previous year. So it is a progressively activity monitoring. So purpose law MN is, as you can see on the screen, continuous progress tracking, systematic data collection, accountability, transparent, and this is the important part, learning. From us, from the top down to the local church, we have to learn from the activities. We have to understand. Sometimes when we work on activities, good activities na time disadvantage or sometimes go we blame. We don't learn from our mistake. We keep on doing it over and over. We're not learning. So from us, from the union come down, we have to learn. Every activity we working, project we working, we have to learn. Either we achieve, of course, the achievement by me achieving, but we have to learn from the issues or risk that we encounter, so we keep track of them. Now, if we were to redo it again, something or risk or issues, by helping me that we don't repeat the same old things again. So that's the cream of it, and we have from the, as you can see, learning and stakeholder engagement. So the time will be short. Go down listen to me by fastly league, but if anything, he can give me a question. But end of my presentation, please, you will give questions. Most times by Harim Law, M&E, goals, activities, indicators or KPI, baseline, targets, frequency, output, outcome, impact, na source. So goal is, goal post we set him up. When you have an activity, what is the goal that you're trying to achieve? Is it going to impact the community or within the church? So you have to set a goal. It's a pathway where you work in activity where you're heading to. Because when you achieve your goal, now you achieve KPIs, now you achieve strategic law, the mission now. So it's all aligned. Activities all implementation plan. We have our activities they are lined up there. So we have activities or projects or programs, they're all in there. So you can listing go down. Now KPIs, that's a more strategic KPI. Baseline, important. Baseline is where you start. So for instance, KPI talk 25% of the church members, and 25% is your baseline. So 25 times, if your church member believe 100, 25 times 100 mamas, and 25. So that is your baseline. That is where you start. That is where it guides you to start. So you don't start or it gives you a baseline where you start. Now you, by the suppose I'm talk outcome blame by 100%, and 25 one per quarter, next 25 per quarter until end of the quarter, I'm 100%. Whole church is totally involved. By when we go into the reports, by me showing you how low, whether baseline how it's calculated. Okay, target are the people that you by impact or by benefit law activity. So when you're doing an activity, especially when we talk about mission, suppose you work on the activity, now you target you more line vulnerable people or disability. Those are your targets. And make sure that you work on activity and targeting more steady. That they are willing to convert all titilo come into the advantage. So when you're making a program, it's not all about you kisi mogetaman. Yes, everybody can come, but the messaging that you're trying to pass, you must have a target to it. So it can be one group of people, or maybe age group, or any race or kind of same. So you must identify your targets when you're doing your activity. So no good working activity in general na and outcome no one money interest lo this la. So you have to have a target where you by hit him so and return of this la work flow you got some people who are interested that they want to join us. And frequency, how much la time you work in this la program. Now if the program first time you work him karim kai blame, then you have a second, third, or how much la time you work is that. So the frequency of it is you can say triple time to work him, that's the frequency within the year. How many intervals that you did that activity. Now, doing that activity is not based on what you do. It's based on the target or outcome blame. So it is, in other words, it's worth investing. So you invest into an activity where outcome blame, now momentum blame, workload growth stuff. And you have output, outcome, they're quite similar. Now, output is in phases. So in weeks, months. So you work on the activity. If it's a project, then you have phase 1 of the project and you work house. Phase 1 output blame by you working you straighten ground. Second phase you working one and put in foundation cement. Third phase we put you post na all tiles all one kapa na kind of some. So you have those phases. Those are called outputs in Nbni, but still the same thing. So in activities, you can identify your first phase or first line or musa line by move, and now by walking walk. Second, musa by move or by walking walk. So you can put them in outputs na this la. So you identify, put them in outputs. So outcome, it's from you. Outcome is when you have not from 0 to something, and final outcome you by calculating most. So as me give me example la. Your 25% of your church members, you starting point to you. Now, end of the year, you got 80% of church members are involved. That is your outcome of what you have on them. So you can assess it from 25, one tableau 80. So you have a big difference to this la. Now, impact, the activity that you work in, how by Osema, you lose him by how by ripple, by still changing life from mana. So for instance, all island blue me looking more place, some place line or got or same colors also wearing. Now if you line him all halo, knit him all this little go colors now, not basically whole sewing, just to knitting. That's an impact that all can go to house and they can start knitting more colors or buruk na this la. Something small, but it has a very big impact. And even there's a lot of activities on them. So you do an activity that has an impact where by use it for the rest of them life by hold him strong this la lilik something, and he or she will know where kisim sawelo where. And it's a testimony to herself or himself. So and the source evidence of facts of measurement. So where are we getting the information from? So how much the line imi target him all na imi working, that is the source of information by CAM. And also and that's where imi working on calculations na this la. So how much that line you all come to program or activity, we try to identify them, we try to get the information from them. So this is the flow chart from your activity to your goal. So you look at activity blue, the input them all also talk on them, resources, the resources that you buy using. So it can be all youths, finance, all people with all us as a car blow or this la. So those are the resources that you buy carry to meet working business activity. And then you have the indicators or KPI, targets, who side you by target team, output, each of the programs you by working all outputs now, so by go work, so by producing all results. And the outcome is the final end result blame. And then the impact that you lose him, and the the goal of it. So you look in this slide, that's the straightforward, that's the how it is aligned, where you align your activity to your goal. So it's in a sequence order. Now, if you miss one, when it comes to reporting, you by Paulo, where so you aligning good. When you achieving goal blue, you will see that journey how you started. And then when you're doing a report, I mean by report accurately, information people are receiving, accurate information. Then we are doing estimations. So this is how the framework looks like. Behind me by Gimlo Pasta and by Gim, but this is more technical. Now the next page that's the one that me by Gim, which is that church can use him. But this is Nbni framework, and this is what we use to measure him. So when your report bills are coming up, now by sit down the database, which is quite similar same. And then this is how we look at assessing more KPIs. And from the union now, we get a church across the country. That's around 6,000 plus, I believe so. That's organized church now, and church activities all get something by Kamanta. And now from the union too, but got scorecard blame. How did union perform within the year? Local mission too, but got scorecard blame. How did the local mission perform? Now each of the local church too, but got scorecard. So you can see that church can perform better, but union out of all the church now calculating now by local mission by affected. And scorecard blame can be dropped. But it doesn't mean that the local mission is not doing better. It's just that number of churches didn't meet the requirement or on a report on time, or some of the reports informations on Osalecam. So, or probably they didn't do any activity at all. So it can affect the local mission. Now local mission now can affect the union, rating the union now. The union now by need to work one time local mission and then come down to church. So each of us in Mr. Blow these levels, one way or another, we are accountable for those things. So we have previously local mission church you working, how you working, you're not been fully assessed or there was no matrix being given so by assessing me where you're heading up. All the stock, as long as you're reported, that's what it matters. But we are doing it in a way that you are assessed. So you assess so got impact. So whatever that all activities you work in, report it come and go on top. So when it's calculated automatically and calculate them, each of us, each of the channels or mission officer or by they will be or rating blood by they will change because of the activities that how we perform on those activities. So this is all implementation plan tracker this la. So this is where you put in all activity blue or KPI, that's like activity by putting all indicators. So this is KPI number, indicator this like KPI, and the team or department and responsible. Now you can put in name below man law here. You must put in name below department or the team leader. Man can come and can go, but the responsibility was activity by staff law department is still attached to the department. So you have your dates where you start, now how long, so you can track him at your local church. So one at a time I'm finished now, I'm activity and finished. And this I'm now church clerk, and by me using this tracker law give up status update. It doesn't need more time law working this activity or immediately. So you can bring it up to the church board or business meeting to track all your activities, all your projects using this tracker. So, and you can look at, so this all activities and make it law or calendar blomipla or union, and me just put in just an example. Example, let's me like show me plan. The roles and responsibility, you look in, this is a data owner or data entry line and all this. And this is where the starting point of the church. Now, people online by assessing me people MNE, monitoring evaluation na general secretary. And from us now, and by all stakeholders, we go to the finance department heads, na executive all on the directors, all excom na disla, and also the information that usually come. We got one department called research and development, and online law, they do research. Now you looking more, obviously department is very important in union, and in many organizations. By looking, they do have this team available, or got this department. The classic example, me by talking more phone simi holema, especially a Samsung phone. We got Samsung A05, about one earpiece, A06, A07. These are the people who look at collect that data, understand people, and they start to do programs or activities where change due to the trend. Trend. We do trend based on the trend, how the people are moving. So these are the people who are working more research on this. So kind of some, how me total of phone, and also like PNG for Christ. PNG for Christ. Now the impact of it is, Ogatalaini workload, all the world workload, move towards this program. But we want to do something much more. Is PNG for Christ the end of it, or do we align them by helping you mean the work you want the program? We can do much more extraordinary again through the power of Holy Spirit. We can do better. So it is these people. They will be looking at more into collecting data. The data that we in church salikam more by sit down in good now by looking picture now. Picture now by try to understand the current nature of the well, how the well is moving, and they can assess in next 5 years well by move goes to AI. So how will the church adapt to that and by move stop or and by go into the AI? Now how will the church exist during this period? So these are the people who will give us more feedback, advantage and disadvantage. So we as a church, we are the data owner. So every report that Salim, it started from us. Now these are the people they're the recipient. So time is a report. Don't think that you're reporting to General Secretary. It has a lot of people that benefit from the information that you send. So when me put in more all one messed up roles and responsibility, you can see from the top. And this is our structure. Local church, when you report, reporting structure from local church to local mission, district directors, you coordinators. So. Education, you got NALPA route, you report to them, local mission, na health too, and one kind. ADRA, na AS, all got straight to PNG Union Mission. So that is why we have trimmed down our reports, believe me, we trim them down. So for the church, church that's all. You report Guantab. Education, you got own part will be able to report. So if education fail or report, education man yet, it's not a church. So church is not going to wait for education, even the health itself. So all fail or report on time, accountability by staff law yet. So church, we as a 4+ cluster in staff inside there. And Mogata got all cluster blow staff. But church, we by working all work and by Guantab. And there's some KPIs, church by star team, education by star team, na health too by star team. Even local mission too got all KPIs blame too. Or by working more KPIs, now all by star team. Now then, if Plasali come, local mission, once they are done, over waiting church, na ogeta, over compiling, na over sali go to union. Now union too, oga KPIs blow too overhaul him too. And then union now, once everything is compiled now, it's now distribute ko all excom na disla, or team leaders, executive directors now disla. So that's how the report it is, and by flow blow report about them. So you can see mission arena, service, people and culture, holistic. So this is from the church level. So team leaders, time you report, you sali go on top, and general secretary. We have achieved this like KPI, and number of churches or local mission message him this la. So that's how the union by report. Na all general secretary, local mission too got all KPIs blow to start, or by working all implementation plan one and something or stop within the capacity or by working, and they will report up to the union. And this is the process map. You can see the diagram there, kind of some standard operating procedure, but it is in a diagram format. So you can look in where it start, the way it end, the due dates, so the cluster reports that you pumapim, and you start here, you kisi copy, you complete the form, then you pass it to the local machine, and now complete it within every lesson one. And then local machine now by do the quality checks on your report and make sure that this report usually go, it's readable, now it's understand. That so suppose if they need to be reviewed again, and mobile sali come down local church, now you need to explain it further. Either they send it down or renew now you or by this straighten all these typos. And then they upload it to the database, and then extract the dashboard report, and then it now in process blow and finish now. So it and complete the local machine. Union now by same database, and we kisi copy blow union, and then we do our final review, and then it's emailed to all the directors, all team leaders, cluster team leaders, yeah. Sorry. And all this line, yeah? These are the cluster team leaders. So that's the final recipient of the report. And now Kisim now look at or look in report now by it goes to the next part lo XCOM na or this line by from the report that they get. So this is how the flow of the report by goes. So once I'm come local mission every lesson 2 and finish now process UN. So if you miss lesson 2 na lesson 3 come, now by problem because next line or waiting sa report now by starting process blow. So the process is a dependent. It's not independent, but it's pending on the another team. So one team you work you go finish now, not the team by they carry on. So if you fail to deliver, now by affecting process, and you are going to be accountable why report no go on upon time. But this is on the paper. This is how the flow of the paper. When we move into online, now by system by blocking me out now. So if you don't report on time, you out now. But on the paper, this is how we are flowing. But from paper, we try to, we need to understand the paper past time, paper-based reporting before we move into the system. Now, if by the system now, you adapt us all. And by easy us all by working, because it's just a change of the, from the paper to the system. So it should be the same thing. So that is why me like school you use paper to do the reporting, and then from the paper now we go into the system. And the system will be organized something by automated, it's calculated, it's trackable from the top. So this is how, this is how our report format template given by Lucosem. You have your local church quarterly report, and highlight, and you have that's the title of it, and the subtitle. And this part is very, very important. You put in organized church, district, local church, church leader blue. If it's a pastor, you put in name, them, the contact, and the quarter ending report. And this is just a brief instruction page where how to fill up the form. And then you have your document or footer, and me put in footer as you can see. And what type of document is this? So if you see that if it's a local mission quarterly report, I'm the local mission. Now if it's a union mission, and report the union mission. So you don't use report the union mission, the working report the you. No can use him report the health, the working report the you. Because the things, the KPIs that you find here, emblo you tas all. The KPIs that you look at the union mission, emblo all. As a mito, okay? You do your report, you start him, he become local mission now. Or by start is all some process, but over wait him report you now by over consolidate him, and then they'll send it up as a local mission or Salikamantal union. So this is a very important part. This lab, and this part is very important because my previous experience, time is several Bougainville, some of the reports are come or supported because I'm late. But then it makes it very hard for me to identify one in church again. Good programs are working, good activities are working, which needs to be reported, but all ported put in more this information. So it's effective performance gain law or pastors na this la. So when it comes to the desk now, these reports now I'm putting aside now. Now how long over taking more finding more church or this line, it will take a while for data to be uploaded again at this line. It's gonna be another hassle. So that is why this page here or this part here is very important that you need to put him. Now you can look in the report. Branch church, it's not captured. We're looking at the organized church or branch church. All information activities blue become underneath the local church. I mean the organized church itself. And you as one church, by plus Salim, or get the activities or get something you come on top. Yeah. So because this is the controller, like Pastor Wari bin talka, no go to okay, can this go now or come up with church all yet? Or come up with church well union local mission, give blessing law all become up church. So to make it to put it into control, this is what people look like. So even if they get a sim form or pumapim, but then become the local mission yet or by still rejecting this law. Or but okay, but go back to church blue na you upload it as one plus church na by plus ali report come. So this is where the control comes into play. Okay, at the bottom you look in. This is a local church usage only. Now this is where we put data classification. If it says that local church usage only, envelope church, envelope media, envelope public law, or by law information. data blow church, and it has to remain in the church. Sometimes you say, okay, all program na this la. Of course, you mean like so him go out, but that data, that information that it's within this report, it is the church information. Now, whatever that all on media keys input him go out, that is what I can highlight him, but not to extract anything from here. Because in here, there's a lot of confidential information for the church itself. So we must respect the church. Huh? So that is where the classification comes into play. So if it says public usage, you may give out the public information that you need to read. But if it's for the church, start within the church. So now this is a report template law missionary now. And same what I have presented. Okay, you can look in KPIs on top. This is the first page lamp. And this is the second page. And that's the third page. That's all. So missionary name, triple page, that's all. Despite how many departments that you have, triple page, that's all, but pumapim na usually data come on top. Had one, na? Thank you. So KPI 1.1, an increase of 25% of Adventist believers are participating in soul winning activities and in activities every quarter. So you got all activities below, lead department, total number of church members, and how much new church members all involved, existing church members all involved. So the new church members, baseline it talk 25. So if you have 100, and 25% of 125, and you by put it low here. So you can start, okay, new and by for the first time it will be new will be 0 by using existing and 25. For the first time new by 25, existing by 0. Total by 100 church members. And next time you okay program again on new play activity now. And by looking, okay, now play activity now by me, okay, existing one by putting they were existing 6 play line come, new play line all come inside and all join. And then you have okay total. And then go until we make sure that by outcome is on the strategic one element by 100%. So by the end of the year, we should have an outcome of the entire church congregation and all 1mm. They're all participating in soul winning activity. So this is not only a baptized church members. This involves baptized and interest and everyone in the church. We are all working together for the soul winning. No good by looking at KPI na by meeting all baptized members tas all na online baptized by participate. So this KPI is for the whole people, everyone in the church. So even the online sit down baptism class, M2 all by participate here. So and by working and by linking you become KPI 1.2. So 1.2 is quarterly growth in the number of baptism now. So the more people who are actively involved, and by helping you achieving KPI 1.2. So within the quarter now, by you identify who said he baptized, next time one him age range. Now you can put him all go inside this la. And then this is the church planting, church plant KPI 1.3. So phase 1, suppose you may identify how much ground or how much you may land you may been searched that. Not necessarily go to lens department you work search, but you identify that. You identify this ground that all landowners are willing to give all or it's a potential for the church to be built. So you put him all statistics. Now phase 2 you mark him or you put him or pegs law this law. And 3 under negotiation, landowner agreement, and worship place setup. And then you have currently a pastor or elder overseeing this lily church planting. So this is basically how we do the church planting. So you mean like suppose ground yumi makime is it and by progressively by me achieving monogat. So if you got all ground you identify behind some the issue come up in mirror, it doesn't matter. But what it matters that we did something. We did something as long as we as a church in Milwaukee attempt, but situation comes. So we collect those information. So we see that how church is moving to try to identify walking planting or church planting. Kind of same law, lay city. He got big plus city, but now we no got have to walking more church now, because most of the areas are all occupied, and only few organized churches inside the lay city. But only outside of the lay city or Napa, the churches are okay or church planting. But within the lay city event, all whatever this little colonial all churches will be start before come now, all churches will start for sale. But we do have small groups now. All this will come up, but this is how the KPA come into play, and that's we're trying to see how church is growing. So we try to make do church planting law, identify so we can do more church planting. And 2.1, 100% of local churches, local mission and CPs are participating in care group activities every week. So this is lesson 1 to lesson 13 KPI talk every week. So one also care group activities are working. So you can put in more activities below, number of group involved, percentage of the local church involved, total number of church members. So if you have 100 church members, you're looking out of 100, how much people involved the care group. If it's 80% of them involved, then it means our 20% are not involved in the care group. So due to whatever reason, but as long as the percentage here by guiding where the church every week how they are actively involved. So yeah, and number of care groups inside the church blue and activities. So this is basically monitoring the care group itself. And section B, law department. This is a department or reports department. Section A, law strategic one report law. Okay, section B, more department or one report law. So you can see Sabbath school ministry, youth ministry, women ministry, Adventist men, and people living with disabilities and vulnerable people and all. These are the information you need to collect him. So Sabbath school, you can see unborn child. We have alive in Jesus. Yeah. So Remisa Paulo, Sabbath school alive and alive in Jesus. Sabbath school alive, new curriculum too, new program too, the starting. So I normally get confused, but yeah, alive in Jesus. So he got all data by me need lo kisim lo unborn child. So you doctor by talk. Suppose I'm picking in man or picking in Mary inside the bell, we need that statistics too by me need him. Maybe 5 to 7 years from now, this la number may kiss him and by join him this la. So we start when they're in the womb. And then we have the children, we have the adult, youth ministry, we look at all youth ministry. We look at women ministry, and we see unemployed, employed, small entrepreneurs or micro entrepreneurs. And now by me put him all statistics lo one all class blow. So if we have a lot of unemployed single parent, and now I'm data by go stewardship department. Stewardship department now by looking where by working more programs where by targeting more line here. So the information that we collect, sit down to all, and by go looking more one department where the activities from the union now or from the local mission now by targeting more line here. So you feed us the right information, and then they respond with the resource for the info training. So, and then we have all vulnerable children inside the church. So we have to identify outside all staff inside the church. So data imi collective and we can we do programs na you must think in law too. So some of them they are vulnerable in a sense that all poret lo mama na papa or kind of same or from them. So we identify those type of people, and then we have disabilities, and I think that's pretty much underneath the mission arena. Sorry. And this is service and holistic sustainability. So Tupla arena, me join him one time. People and culture, it's not, by initiate law church, and by initiate law union, local mission. So yeah, but the trainings now this and by driving from the top down, but all antabline by report. They just put the programs down all antabline or by report that they have done these activities now all been roll out. So 1.1 Adventist initiatives are employed and all these schools each year. So list down the initiative programs conducted in this quarter. So one all initiatives or activities or programs. That's from the implementation plan. You look at more program activities event project you by put it. And then na report source or link. So you can walk in all videos. All videos na this na if you have a Google Drive or OneDrop or this one cloud drives, you can upload your videos na this go on top na just put the link in there. If it so online on top, you can click this of videos na people can watch this and mind you, if you have some of the programs where attract, you look at some attracting world church. This is where you put in the source document or source one you that you want your program not only to be seen at a local church, but it must try to attract the other side of the world. So in respect to the US copyright for this program or you initiate from the church, and now you by putting source blue, and we will use that source to identify the church, and we do promotion out to the other part of the world. So that is where you by putting out. Yeah, that's from there. And you have a lead department and go past, where your targeted audience, number of audience attended, number of church people all attending. So this level number statistics by putting. But the important part and program blue, na source lyrical video that you like promoting this activity blue. So we can all do the same activity, but some activities here can be quite different, then not quite different, but to some dilica also talk toppings go on top then from Morobe Machine and this kind of some talk. I'll give an example. If we say Pathfinder Lily mini Campri here, maybe your Campri will do with Karimol or Bougainville or Solomon Island by camp one time. So that's something different. It's a border now, you walk in Modisla one. So those are the things that you can put in one. And then now local mission by looking this over look local mission lo hape ko invite mo na international line lo camp lo. So we can do all activities or programs that can attract. The main point in this report is to make a program that has an impact. In a program lo you work in tasol na you go sleep. Must got impact blem lo next month by working and by land lo these all activities. And this is stewardship. This time stop lo service, service arena, and then stewardship. And this stewardship now, and we can look him establish and baseline law entrepreneurs in PNG by end of 2026. So just to identify how much the church members believe me will entrepreneurs, either you micro entrepreneur or small entrepreneur. So as long as you doing a small business, so either formal or informal, and now you by putting the 1M age range, you put in more data and you sell it. So if you start age 23, you work in illegal business, and you by putting new man, you work in illegal business blue. Either be a informal business or a formal. And then you have, I think this is how we identify, and then TNO receipt by your source document. That is where, from the TNO, by me looking, usay man sa contribute, na usay no sa so TNO receipts can be part of their source document to identify. And then we have tithes and offering increased by 8% annually. So annually meaning that every quarter is 2% increase. So by end of the fourth quarter, it should be from 2, 4, 6, 8. So it's 8% and 1. So it's 8%, 2% every quarter. So you put in amount below, and this is the formula, also to comparative formula. So you compare from your current value minus the old value of old value. So suppose you like isim lo lesson 1. Okay, amount lo lesson 1. Amount lo lesson 1 na that's the current. That's the current lesson 1 na old value lo lesson 13 divided by lesson 13 value offering times 100. And now you buy a percentage filler, you buy pumapimosem. And you are comparing from that percentage now by looking at the offering value stop on top or you will drop. And then by give you 1 plus. So if you have a consistent, and now by that you can see your TNO by line by goes. Suppose you up and down, and now by showing the percentage now. Now you can use this data graph now. The graph, those ones who are master in Excel, you put the graph now, and by looking graph by offering no by goes constant, by up and down. Probably on lesson 7, the lesson 13 by guanta, but 1 to lesson 6 by constant or drop go down really. So either way, so that's how you can monitor or you compare from your local church. So you use this formula, so by guiding you to achieve this KPI. So that's the formula then. Okay, this is the report and tracking report below pastors for the DDs. So every time when you collect more reports, a cluster report, you by confirming. So people and culture, no got, sorry, me by straight team. So by confirm that mission report is completed, you take him service, and then you check the mission secretary or admin assistant by confirming when you are submitting the report. So number of local church within the local mission itself, these are all the local church you by putting inside now. So you make sure that, and pastor now by secretary now by using this report. So when he's reshuffling the church members, and by using this law, not the church members, pastors. When time end of the year, working more shuffle, telling more pastors go come. This is the report, and by using. Now, which pastor perform good within the four quota and perform good na and work like and work achieving more this law forms and work completed on time, and can salimen go one black church where work so and can beef him up this church. So he at the local mission, the secretary can use in this to help him more pastors to work. So if pastors ought to understand is the or on a strategic plan or KPIs in a report, it helps us and by report come down and help more pastors and do this. So we all work as a team to work together. So it's not that MIPLA working training now na MIPLA go. We want to continue come now. Me work one time. So we work as a team. Now we move forward as a team. So this is our tracking tool or secretary. So they will use this one to track all the reports. And this is the cycle. So monitoring and coordination, and that's all activities. When we're doing activities, we monitor and we coordinate, and we implement, and then we evaluate and report the activities we implement. So it's a cycle that we work yourself. So every activity, every project we work, this is the cycle. Sorry. And This is the intranet page or kind of sort of SharePoint. And this is where everything, all the resource and bust up online. And this is the phase where we are moving towards now. As a talk, we get the paper right. In future, when this line come on live, then by you get all the reports from here, templates, or something by here. So you don't need to call me. If you go to the website, the MNE website, you download him and you start off. So right now, me working more training na this la. I don't need to people lo barini me na asking me lo, hey, template where or format where. Ogara something stop lo one half so this is gonna be your landing zone where you come inside and you looking more reports now you looking more something here, and then you can extract out from here. Even the ACMS too, ACMS forms too by stuff here you do ACMS now this la. So even our statistical reports and to all formats or something by stuff here. So we're trying to make things automated or work where from the local church you access him tasol, you submit now you relax. So you don't wait. So anytime anything happens, or happen to me or workman, you don't busy. As long as the continuity of the church still go yet. Business of the church is still flowing. And this is the instruction manual. Me work stuff. So when the report is done, you should have the instruction manual of how to fill up the report. The instruction manual will guide you when is something new by report, or what activities you put in, what to report now. This last so when the report come on top law union, it meets our objective, what we want you to report. Not like the previous me put in nothing. We don't have an instruction manual where it didn't guide the local church law reporting all information come on top. So we trying to develop an instruction manual so it guides the local church. So this is the big picture looking. So this is the journey we are taking. And me asked me sharing penis, so now me by sharing so you can see the driver will always by stop and by president, church senior elders, church pastors. These are the drivers. You got all church clerk, secretary, under secretary, monitoring evaluation. We plan to sit down upside. So we like to sit down upside, but we are the people who will give guidance. And then we have the treasurer and CFOs, who are the ones that with the resource, or providing resource, supporting MIPLA. And these people are in the class where they are driving the mission forward. The church, you sit down outside, but we have a trust in them that they will deliver. They are taking us to. Despite the road can be rugged, despite they got plenty of potholes, but we as a church, we know that our president, our driver is going to take us towards this La Quinquinem. So by 2030, the dream that we have to become conference, these are the people who will drive us through there. So our strategic goal is to become holistic, matured, and vibrant union by 2030. So we want to change this a vibrant union to a vibrant conference. But it's not just a free handout. And people local church need the walkie walk, so it become impact blum become union. So we are the recipient of that impact at the local church. So local church people less union but not receiving this conference status. So it starts from the local church and it goes up. A thriving Adventist movement in Papua New Guinea and abroad. So we want to be, it used to be Papua New Guinea, now and abroad. We want to look at our borders. We want to go beyond the Pacific Island. Not only Indonesia and Torres Strait, we want to go to Micronesia, Polynesia, Melanesia, and maybe other side of the world too. And Pastor Cameron been showing some of the video, and we go to Tanzania. Those are the abroad that we as a Papua New Guinea, we want to go abroad through our service believe. Our value statement and stuff. This is our corporate value statement, and this is where we stand. Now, if you mean how faithful or one plan, and by affecting foundation, this is the foundation where we stand. The post them, you mean looking for post them all arenas. Now, foundation, and suppose we're not working as a teamwork, and affecting one post. When the post he put down, and house he put down, no get. So this is the foundation that we are standing on, grounded in the Bible, passion for service, good governance, faithful steward, not teamwork. Sorry. And this is the biblical discipline. To achieve our dream, to achieve our vision, is if my people which are called by my name shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face, turn from their wicked ways, and will I hear from heaven, and will forgive their sin, and will heal their land. The key word I may put is if. It's a if, so you have a chance to make it right. I have a chance to make it right. We all have a chance to make it right. Now, if it was a command without the if, my people, and one-way instruction, one-way command, but God was merciful that he put the word if. So despite me goal or run, there's a word the if where we need lotani. So when we turn towards God, a vision that we have, dreaman name God, and dreaman Lord Jesus. That he wants us to be on him. So presentation blomi kamosem buena tuna.
Thank you, mi paitiman lo, Mr. Kelly. Thank you lo presentation. Tomorrow time lo wanem governance sa. So me invite you lo kata lo come tomorrow as you me by me. Kami aski lo kata lo sanab na by me pray. 9 o'clock ka, am I right ha? 9 o'clock. Now I am delay because lo kay kaya. So tomorrow we believe was a you should all right. Thank you. Pasiman I me pray. Father in heaven, I believe time to go to house now. And I pray that by you protect him all. Workman, na Mary, Pikini blow you will come attend him training lo this afternoon or today. As only go you by provide him transport dongol. Na ball go arrive safe. Na ball come back in tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last day. I believe if me put him governance go one time, that's where me by look him very important areas in the church where me serve long. Bless him everyone, and I believe that Lord, whatever me learn him today, may me put him into practice to see church continue to thrive now going forward. Thank you, Father, Lord, and pray me ask in the name of Jesus, our Savior. Thank you one and all. Buena tuna. Na please you walk about na look you tomorrow. Tomorrow you got question, carry come tomorrow. Me plan time by plan question tomorrow you can give him before governance start.